Hi class, today we're going to talk about system of linear equation. System of linear equation, I'm pretty sure you learned about that before, many times in Algebra 1 and Algebra 2, but we still have to redo it because this topic is very important for calculus. So just recall, system of linear equations, there's three ways for you to solve it. First, by graphing. Graphing is actually really nice because you can visualize it. So if you have a line and a straight line and another straight line, so the intersection is going to be the solution, right? So this one right here, you get one solution. Now, if you have two parallel lines, that means you have no solution. And then the third case, you have one straight line and another one exactly like that. So this one right here is infinite many solution. Right? So we have three cases. Now, I'm pretty sure you know how to solve by substitution and elimination. So I'm just gonna go right into one complex problem. When I say complex, is probably because fraction, and many of us don't like to work with fraction. So if you don't want to work with fraction, there's a way to do it. There's a way to get rid of it. You can just multiply by the LCD. Right? And then you can get rid of it. So the top one, you can see the LCD is 4. The bottom one, the LCD is 6. So now we have new equations. For the top one is going to be 3x plus 2y equals to negative 28, right? For the bottom one, we have negative 2x plus y equals 42. Now we can proceed and use elimination. You can pick x or y to eliminate, it really doesn't matter. But in this case, I think y is easier. So I'm just going to multiply the bottom one by negative 2 to create the opposite with the first one. So if I multiply, I'm going to end it up with, let me just copy the first one right here. 3x plus 2y equals negative 28. Now, if I multiply the bottom one, I'm going to end it up with 4x minus 2y equals negative 84. Okay, now you can see that we can eliminate y, and we ended up with one variable. So don't forget, if we have one variable, we only need one equation to solve it, right? If we have two variables, you need two equations. But we eventually just pretty much eliminate so we can solve for one variable. And if you have three variables, then you need three equations to solve for it. So I ended up with negative 112 here. If I take that, I divide by 7. X is going to be 16. Okay. Now you can go back, plug it in. I would say, and use substitution, I would pick the easiest one. So the easiest one is going to be the negative 2x plus y equals to 42. This is the easiest one. Okay, so I'm going to plug it in. Negative 2, so instead of x, we have 16 plus y equals 42. And then from there, you can solve for y easily. Negative 32 here plus y equals 42. So y, you add 32. I feel like I'm making a mistake here. So, oh, okay, I found my mistake. I'm so sorry. So this one should be negative, right? So this one should be negative. This one should be positive. So y should be 10. All right, so now I can write my solution. So we have negative 16, 10. There you have it. All right, now moving on to the next problem. The next problem, instead of having fraction, we have decimal, but this is exactly the same. You can change it if you don't want to work with decimal. So if for decimal, you pretty much just move the decimal point, right? So if I want to multiply everything by 100, all I have to do is move the decimal point 2 places. Then I ended up with just whole numbers. Okay. So let me do that for everything. Like I said, it's like multiplying by 100. Okay. And the reason I multiply by 100 because I see 2 decimal places. So now we ended up with 3x minus 7y equals 32. 6x minus 13y equals 62. You can see that for this problem, x is easier to eliminate, right? So I'm going to eliminate x by multiplying by -2 now, okay? Because I want to create the opposite. So now I have a new equation, which is negative 6x plus 14y negative 64. And then the bottom, I'm just going to copy it, 6x minus 13y equals 62. If I add them up, I eliminate x. So I add them up here, I get y -2. Oh, perfect. So we don't even have to do more work, right? Now I'm gonna go back and pick one equation. So I just wanna let you know that everything should be everything should work. Okay, so just so you know that every equation should work, even the decimal one, because they are in fact identical. But anyway, I'm going to pick the easy one, which is, in my opinion, the first one right there. 3x minus 7y equals 32. I think that's the easiest one. Anyway, I'm going to plug it in for y. So 3x negative 7 times -2 equals 32 plus 14 equals 32. Of course, you're going to isolate x, right? So if I isolate everything, I get 18 here, divide by 3, divide by 3. I ended up with 6 for x. Okay, so let me write my solution here. Is going to be 6 and -2. Okay, as you can see, I write my solution in order pair because that's how you write the solution for system of linear equation.